Good afternoon, guys, and happy Sunday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I'm getting ready to get in the shower and get to bed. Actually, all the dogs are chilling out in the hallway right now. Are you guys getting ready for bed? Bob, are you getting ready for bed? Huh? Hi, little buddy. Hi, little buddy. Did you watch the Bears game today? Did you watch the Bears game today, Papa? How about you, Charlie? Did you watch the Bears game and did you see the Bears get a touchdown? A touchdown? A touchdown? Did you see the Bears get a touchdown, Mr. Bean? A touchdown? A touchdown? Okay, guys. So I didn't record when they were doing this earlier today. I recorded maybe yesterday during like the college football games, or it was 2 days ago during the Cubs game, or I don't know, something. I was out in the living room and I was watching some sports game with the dogs, and Charlie, whenever I was saying whatever word I was saying, he just kept like crying, and he was doing the exact same thing today. Whenever I was saying touchdown, like I was like, okay, the Bears need a touchdown. A touchdown? Charlie, they need a touchdown? And he kept crying and getting so frustrated at me. Like, he was like seriously upset that they weren't getting a touchdown. But I don't know why. He was just like, oh, you're stretching. Oh, big stretch. You need a touchdown? A touchdown? A touchdown? Like this. A touchdown? They needed a touchdown? They got the field goal and they won. They need a touchdown, Mr. B? Yeah, but they were doing that today in like kind of like the clip you guys saw, where they were, Charlie mainly was just crying whenever I was saying that word for some reason, and I don't know what they're doing now. Sitting on the bathroom floor apparently. Charlie, did we get touchdown? 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 Oh, touchdown! You like touchdowns? Touchdown? Why are you pushing the camera out of my face? Did we get touchdown? Oh, your ears flipped over. Bravo. Did we get a touchdown? Oh, Charlie. You just hit your head. We get touchdown? 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 A touchdown? Do you love touchdowns? Does that mean we get a score? And for some reason he just kept crying about it whenever I was saying it, because we were cheering. We were like, yay, touchdown! And we were cheering, and he got really upset and irritated, and then he just kept crying whenever I was saying it. It was hilarious, guys. Like, he just kept whining, and he kept sounding like he wanted to like start howling, but he knew he wasn't supposed to be. And so, like, because normally when we start cheering, the dogs all start howling along with us. And so when I was doing it and I was just saying like, touchdown, like he kept acting like he really wanted, like we weren't getting loud enough that like it was actually us cheering, but like just saying it, he knew that that word would normally mean like we'd start cheering and he'd start howling. So he kept getting frustrated. Like we were just on the verge of like him being able to start howling, but he wasn't. And he was getting super frustrated with us. So it was pretty funny. But we watched the Bears game today, which was crazy awesome, guys. They ended up winning in like clutch 1 second situation, which was crazy bonkers. I literally just about jumped out of my chair watching the game today. But we ended up watching like the earlier football game that was on. I told you guys how the Bears game was on at 3 o'clock. So we watched actually the Cubs game, which was on earlier today. It was like 1:30, I think it was on. And we ended up watching the earlier football game, like 2 of the earlier football games. And we watched those. And I had players going in, I had 2 players going in one of the games that were both on different teams. And in the other game I didn't have anybody. And then I had the, what's it called? I don't think I had anybody for the Bears or for Denver. I did, but I didn't play him. I had Emmanuel Sanders, who kind of went off though. He got like 20 something points. And then I don't know, I think I don't have anybody else going until Monday. I've got Le'Veon Bell and somebody else too. Which is weird though, because this week, literally, all of my players were like playing against the other players that I had. And like I had the the Rams defense, but I also had New Orleans defense. They were both playing against each other. And I had like I had the New Orleans kicker who I didn't play. I ended up playing New England's kicker. And I also had tight end maybe from New Orleans, or wide receiver, somebody from New Orleans. I ended up having like part of the New Orleans team. But like I said, like half of my team ends up playing like the other players that I have, or we're like playing against each other. So anyways, guys, which I'm kind of happy. I was originally going to pick up Drew Brees. My mom ended up picking him up like literally seconds before I was picking a quarterback. And she was just going to let it auto draft, but she ended up picking both of the quarterbacks. And I'm kind of happy she did, because Drew Brees got hurt and luckily I didn't have him. But I had Russell Wilson, who did well. He didn't do awesome, but he did pretty well. I don't know what, who else did I have? Atlanta's quarterback. I don't even know if Atlanta played. I think they did, but I don't know how they did. Anyways, guys, that's enough about sports. Anyways, so yeah, we ended up watching football pretty much all day though today. I didn't end up like editing or anything today, but I was going to edit. I ended up actually watching game film from Friday then with my dad, and going over it, because my dad maybe is a little bit technically challenged and cannot figure out how to use Huddle. And it's not that he can't, but I think it's too hard for him to like write stuff down while going over the play at the same time. So he likes to have Matthew normally like run the play, and then okay, rewind, and then okay, like, you know, slow-mo the play so we can like see it in slow motion, and then okay, run it back, let me see where this kid was, okay, keep going, you know, that kind of thing. It's easier for him to just tell me to do it, and I'll just click the buttons and he can watch it, you know, and whatever. And instead of that, and I see some things too, and like Matthew, if Matthew and my dad are doing it, he might see something that Matthew doesn't see, and Matthew might see something he doesn't see, and like I was bringing some good perspective into some of that stuff too. And so yeah, so I was helping with that today, because it was easier actually, because Matthew will normally run the HDMI from his computer into the TV in the living room, but he was gone at work today. He left like halfway through the Bears game, so he didn't even get to see the end of the Bears game. But he normally ends up doing that. Now on my Mac, I don't have a HDMI, and my dad's computer runs so slow, so he was like, can you help me, you know, like run Huddle and do that and stuff like that. That's the other reason he doesn't like doing it, and he'd rather do it on someone else's computers, because his computer's like a dinosaur and runs like super slow. So I was like, sure, we can do it on my computer. So I got actually the first time I've ever cast anything to my TV, my smart TV, which was so perfect. So I just like shot it up on the screen on my TV, and then I would just run the play from my computer. My dad could watch it from my TV in my room. So that ended up working out actually pretty well. So that was pretty much how the end of my day ended up ending, because then my computer was down to like 9%, and I was like, okay, I need to charge this, and it's already kind of late, so I need to get to bed. We did end up going to Aldi though early this morning. I didn't end up getting up early. The thing is, guys, I woke up at 7:30 and I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, I just needed like one day maybe to get back into it. And then I was like, well, you know what? I can't leave to go to the grocery stores until 9 o'clock anyway, like to Aldi, because that's all I end up going to today, because they don't open until 9 o'clock now. So I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll just go back to sleep. And I ended up sleeping until like 9:30, and then I got up finally. I think we ended up going to the store like 10 o'clock or later or something like that. So yeah, I didn't get up as early as I had hoped I was going to, but I'm going to bed early tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to wake up early tomorrow. And I don't know why, I just feel kind of tired, so I'm hoping that would help. But the weird thing is too, is that like last night I couldn't fall asleep for like the life of me, but I don't know what it is either too. I think my room is like too hot, because I keep waking up in the middle of the night and I'm like sweating, but my room will be like freezing cold. So I don't know what the problem is, if like I should like turn my air conditioning like off, or like turn it so it's not as cold, so that I don't want to sleep underneath the blankets, or if I should just try and like crank it so it's like freezing cold in there, so I'm not sweating if I'm sleeping underneath the blankets. Because even if I am, like, I'll wind up pulling the blankets over me at night, even if like I start to get cold, like then I'll pull the blankets back on top of me, and then it's like I'm super hot again, and then I'll pull them off and then cool down, and then I'll start getting really freezing cold and I'll put them back on me, and then I'll wake up again and I'm like sweating. So it's not a really good cycle. And so I'm like, maybe if I turn it down and make it really cold in my room and then snuggle up under the blankets, I won't be as cold, you know, or won't get as hot, hopefully, and then I'll be okay. Because I don't know what the problem is. Like, and it didn't happen all summer up until like just the end now, where it's like the end of, you know, we are in these last probably few 80 days that we're really gonna get now that it's, you know, August, or it's September now, you know, midway through September, and we're not gonna get more, a ton of more days. Like, I think most of this week's supposed to be kind of like on and off in the 80s. Like in like low 80s, so it's not gonna be super hot, but I think it's also the humidity. Like, it's pretty humid, so I don't know if that's why too, if like I feel super hot when I'm sleeping in my bed with my comforter, but if I take the comforter off and I just put a sheet on me, then I get too cold. And so like, I don't know if, like I said, I should turn the air conditioning like so it's not as cold in my room and then just sleep with just the sheet, or like if I should, what I should do, because I think that's what's screwing me up the most, is that I wake up like 4 times in the middle of the night because I'm so hot. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, I will see you though all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.